Hey guys, what's up? It's your boy Goalkeeper127 coming at you with another edition of the Goalkeeper News. This edition is on transfers because it's coming to the end of the season, so the transfer market is going to be opening soon. And yes, I already know I've done an episode on transfers for the January transfer window, but the reason I've decided to make another one, not as it being the transfer window now, but because there's a lot of speculation going on. It mainly seems to be doing with Arsenal. There's quite a lot of clubs I've got written down here that want. Bless me. There's many keepers on this list I've got that Arsenal are looking at, which is bad news for Sheffield today. But as I mentioned in the North London Derby one, Chesney thinks his time's up at Arsenal because he's not been in form this season. Everyone can see that. It's plain to every goalkeeper and player out there. He's not been the best this year. So I'll kind of run through this list. I'll go start at the top and work to the bottom. Right, so first on the list is Guillermo Ochoa. A lot of you might not know who he is. He's a Mexican goalkeeper. He's known as Superman for some of his saves, which are absolutely insane. He's literally like he can fly. I'll put a link to a video of his down below so you can go and see what I mean by calling him Superman. But it seems to be that Liverpool want him. I have no idea why. It kind of just popped up. I think I've got the Goalkeeper magazine somewhere in here with it on. But yeah, while I'm looking for it, I'll just carry on talking. But I think the reason behind this is now that Pepe Reina is getting on. Yeah, he's in incredible form this year. He's back on his form this year. But I just think that they're considering the future because I'm not really sure if Brendan Rodgers has much faith in Brad Jones. I mean, Brad Jones is a good keeper, don't get me wrong, but I don't see him as a long-term choice for Liverpool because although he has had Premier League experience, he's played with Middlesbrough. He played for Middlesbrough one season when they went down. He's played quite a few games this year due to Reina being injured, but I still see them wanting a keeper with a lot more experience of playing at a higher level because Ochoa actually represented Mexico in World Cups and like Confederation Cups and stuff like that. But yeah, here it is. I think it really just depends because he says he's out of contract at the end of the season. He plays with Ajaccio, but I think that's the Mexican league. I'm not sure. But apparently he's also had interest from Milan, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Inter, Bayern and Dortmund. So they're all after him as well. But I think if I was honest, if I was a player, I'd want to be, if I was a keeper in another league, so for example, say if I was playing, I don't know, FPL football, I'd want to come back to England and play in the Premier League because I still see Premier League as one of the best leagues in the whole world. Yep, on to, so that's the first one. So I'll go off the back of Liverpool. There's been a speculation that Reina's going to be leaving, not like stopping playing football, but apparently going to Atletico Madrid. That's where he started his career, and it might be true, it might not. I've read about it a few times, but I couldn't really tell you if it was true or not. If it's true, then they've got a good keeper in them. Off that, but yeah, I can just rake off stories throughout each, and I didn't realise this. But obviously, if Reina's going to Atletico Madrid, Atletico have recently signed a keeper from Chelsea. I think Thibaut Courtois, who's a Belgian keeper. He's a young lad. He's good. He's absolutely massive. He's done quite well, I think, this year for Atletico. But I don't really pay attention to the Spanish leagues because you've got the Real Madrid, Barcelona. That's all that's ever going to be the top, really. Apart from Atletico are pushing now, obviously due to Falcao, but that's not going to be around. He's not going to be around forever because everyone wants him. So, sorry, I'm really tired. That's kind of So if Ochoa joins Liverpool, Reina might go to Atletico, and Tyro will come back to Chelsea. I think I've got no idea. But so from that, obviously Courtois being a Belgian keeper, you've got Simon Mignolet in the Premier League, who's at Sunderland. Still, in my opinion, one of the most underrated keepers in the Premier League. Yeah, Sunderland aren't having the best of season. They're conceding shitloads of goals. They're losing quite a few games, but what can a keeper do without a good defence in front of him? And I still think that why am I saying Mignolet is probably one of the it's like Begovic. He's one of the most underrated goalkeepers in the Premier League just because of what team he's at. But for the past 2 years, he's been putting in stellar performances, which have actually got interest from people like Arsenal, Chelsea. I think Man United were lining him up at one point, but I don't think they're doing that. But yeah, so you've got the Arsenals and Chelseas of the world that wanting a keeper from a lower team such as Sunderland, which is quite impressive really in my opinion. But here and there it depends on whether he actually wants to go. But I think Mignolet's thinking of leaving because Sunderland not having the best of years. While I'm talking about Mignolet, I might as well talk about Begovic. Again, another underrated goalkeeper in the Premier League. He's put in 2 great seasons for both for Stoke actually, and I think Bosnia and Herzegovina. He's now the #1 choice for his country, which in my opinion is pretty damn impressive. Begovic is wanted by Man United, Chelsea and Arsenal. They're all lining him up due to his amazing performances throughout the past few years. I mean, you think about it, you've got players, he used to play for Portsmouth, he's now at Stoke, and he's now wanted by 3 of the biggest teams in the world, Man United, Chelsea and Arsenal. It's like, I was talking to a friend about this yesterday, Suleiman Tari and Kevin Prince-Boateng, they both used to play at Portsmouth, now they're at AC Milan, playing Champions League football, and are some of the probably better players in, like, Europe, really, in my opinion. But if I'm honest, out of those 3 teams, I do see Begovic probably going to Chelsea. So I don't see Arsenal. Arsenal aren't the team they used to be, in my opinion. They're still a good side, but they're just not what they used to be. Man United still have De Gea and Lindegaard. Alex Ferguson's claimed a couple of weeks ago that he's put faith in De Gea to be even better next season, probably. And then Chelsea have Cech, back up to Hilario. I won't really trust Hilario with my life, if I'm honest. I don't really like him to keep. He's too erratic, and Cech's getting quite old now, so I think Begovic may, in my opinion, would probably join Chelsea. He might prove me wrong. He might sign for Man United. He might sign for another team in Europe, but that's just my opinion. While we're talking about Arsenal not being the team they used to be, Arsenal have come out this week with that they want to sign Iker Casillas. In my opinion, Casillas is a player for a big team, not an Arsenal. If I think about it, because obviously, apparently Jose Mourinho's leaving this season from Real Madrid, joining Chelsea again is what I've heard. I don't think it's true, but it could be for all I know. Casillas, him and Mourinho kind of had a falling out, and they're not on the biggest of terms. Ironically, I'm watching the thing about Casillas now. So yeah, Diego Lopez has been playing nearly every game since he joined the club when Casillas got injured, but Casillas hasn't played any other game since then, which in my opinion is a bit stupid because although yeah, Casillas is getting quite old, he's still one of the best keepers in the world. Him, Buffon, Neuer, Hart are the top 4 keepers in the world in my opinion. So yeah, you've got that. That's a massive long shot in my opinion. But yeah, that's kind of on the Spanish front actually. Apparently, Anzi Makta, whatever I can't pronounce that Russian team that signed everyone because they got a lot of money. I honestly see. Apparently, they want Vic Valdez from Barcelona. In my opinion, Valdez is, in nicer terms, crap. I could come up with a load of rubbish about him, but in my opinion, he's such a sporadic keeper. I mean, one week he'll be one of the best keepers you've ever seen. Next week he'll be worst one you've ever seen. It's kind of annoying because he's playing for one of the best teams in the world, and the only reason, in my opinion, is that he's good is because of the defence in front of him. You've got Jordi Alba, Puyol, Piqué. I can't think of the other defender. But you get what I mean. He's got one of the best defences in front of him. It is the Spanish defence, but he can't. he's not a good keeper in my opinion. You might disagree, you might think he's one of the world's best, but I just really don't like him. He's not my favourite keeper. But you know, it kind of comes to that. It's personal opinion at the end of the day. There's another story as well which I want to talk about. Fraser Forster. He wants to come back to the Premier League. Apparently, he wants to go back to Newcastle. Actually, from Celtic, he's enjoyed his time at Parkhead in Scotland, in Glasgow. But apparently, he wants to come back and play for his boyhood club. I mean, he was at Newcastle before, but he wasn't getting regular games. But Celtic, obviously, he joined Celtic on loan for 2 seasons and thoroughly enjoyed it. So he's now part of the Celtic squad. He's actually gained recognition this year for poor performances in the Champions League, which has actually got him called up to the England squad. May not have started, but he's got that call up, which is still a good thing. It's not like, oh, just because I got called up doesn't mean I'm playing, means it's rubbish. You got a call up for your national squad. That's really, really good. But apparently he wants to come back to Newcastle, maybe not right away, but he wants to in the future and play for his boyhood club, which in my opinion I think is pretty good of him, because you could get the keepers that are performing well and just go, I don't want to go back to my home club, I want to go to the bigger teams and the better leagues and play for the best teams that I can. But he's got the ideology of boyhood club, go for it, which in my opinion I'm pretty pleased for him for, because if he does get back I'd love to see him, because he's a quality keeper in my opinion. But yeah, that's been another episode of the Goalkeeper News. Sorry that I'm kind of rambling a bit, but I'm just trying to get a longer content for you guys, just so you can watch a little bit more of it. I know it may get a little bit boring after a while watching this, but you know, yeah, I'm kind of rambling again. But yeah, I'll end the video there though. Oh no, I won't actually, I've got another thing to say. If you guys have got any video requests that you want to do, I've had 2 requests already from Elliot Ward and Brendan Walker, I think. They both talked to me via Facebook, so I'll put all the links to stuff down there, so you can send me messages on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Send me a message saying I'd like to see a video about this. When the weather gets better here in England, I'm planning on doing more tutorials like I did for the goal kicks. Like, I'm going to do distribution, one-on-ones, top saves. Hopefully my friends will come and help me. I'll do it. So yeah, I'm going to end the episode here. It's been your boy Game 127. I hope you enjoyed the video.